Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Preston, aka Mr. Travels, and I got my favorite guy in the building, got young Ryan. And today we want to talk about my favorite city. Well, I won't say my favorite, but I would say one of my favorites is Cartagena in Colombia. And I know I'm not pronouncing it right, but mind your business. All right. So the reason why I love Cartagena, oh my gosh, it's just a beautiful city. Like even when we landed and I just had, the jitters. I was like, man, like this is crazy. Like I'm in Colombia, Pablo, that's all I know about. So, and it's just like, it's a good mixture of both worlds, like city life and beaches. And like I said in episode 1, I'm not a real big beach person, but I mean, I can appreciate it. I just ain't trying to sit out there all day and get hot and sweaty. That just ain't my thing. So, being in the city life, that's the environment that I'm used to being in America. So I had a good balance. So our skyrise that we had was literally, I mean, maybe 10 meters from like the water, like the beach. So like the views was just crazy. Like, and it was one of those buildings, it'd be like you're on the 72nd floor or something like that, and you just see forever. So
nice.
Yeah, man, it was really nice, real nice, clean, real dope Airbnb, man. And like I said, I really appreciated that the accommodations. So yeah, so like I said, but like I said, with any other city, there are barriers that we got to get around a little bit. And I would say the first thing for me was that damn heat. Bro, it was hot.
It's looking like that Mario 3 son that y'all just swooped it.
Bro, it was just out there like, bro, you ain't got nothing else to do but just be out,
Got to lean on you real quick.
It was leaning, bro. So yeah, like, so it was like, damn, this is really hot out here. And it's hot and humid, man, because, I don't mind dry heat. Dry heat, yeah, it gets hot out there, but you can, for the most part, maintain. But when it's humid, man, ain't nothing like it. So that was the first thing I noticed. I was like, bro, what is this? Because it was September. We went in September. I was like, man, it supposed to be this hot in September. And it'd be like, oh, this is not even our summer. I'm like, so yeah, that was just something that was just, that just blew my mind. So I don't even know what it's like, any other time of the year, whatever. But I know if you go in September,
it's blazing.
It's blazing. Bring your sunscreen. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man. So how was the food out there?
Oh, the food was bomb. Oh, the food was amazing. I had of course I'm just, chicken, beef, and pork type of dude. That's all I ate. Seafood, not my thing, I mean, I like Americanized seafood, but you out here catching, fresh fish and don't even worry about scaling or gutting it, and you just throw it in the fry pan. Nah, bro, that ain't for me. I don't know who eating that, because it ain't gonna be me. So
hey, I not to put in the spot, but is this one where you had that story about the fish that someone tried to force you to try?
Yes. Yeah. Hey, guys, please come to my website, travelsandlife.com. Check out the story that I wrote about this fish that this woman, this very nice, lovely woman, that she gave me. And it's real funny. I just had to, as you can see, I didn't eat it. So yeah, it's very comical. But yeah, like I said, the food was amazing, man. Like we ate all over the town. And that brings me to my second point of the barriers. Make sure you have great, comfortable walking shoes, because you gotta walk. Because like the city is kind of broken up into like, I don't want to say different grids or whatever, but they have like a little mountainous area where they have this cathedral that's like overlooking the whole city. And then you have Old Town, which is like any other old town in any city, but that's where all the historical stuff is at, like the cathedrals and stuff like that. So yeah, you do a ton of walking. You just walk everywhere, because there's just no way to really just get in a car and go certain places that you have to get dropped off and just kind of just foot it a little bit.
Okay.
So, I would say that, and obviously the last one would be, if you're not a great swimmer or if you can't swim, I would probably say stay out the Caribbean. Like, you might not want to jump in there. Because
Right.
ain't gonna lie, some of the waves, I was like,
They snatching people. Come.
they ain't gonna make it either. I was like, so yeah, like you said, or like I said, roll the dice if you want. Who am I to tell you can't get in the water? You know what I'm saying? So get a life vest or whatever you can do. Man, go out there with a strong swimmer who can come get you. So
oh man, that is hilarious. So you got heat, need some walking shoes, and don't go too deep in that water.
Correct.
Okay.
That's for me. That's what it was.
All right.
Like, nah, player, that ain't the move. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I did okay with out there. It's for ours, the barriers. I just stuff that I just noticed and that me and my friends laughed about while we was out there.
Okay.
But yeah, like so that moves me to the next point, which is some of the stuff to do out there. So with Cartagena, I mean, it has a very vast and rich history of how Spain came and conquered, and you can really see the Spanish influence through the city. That whole Afro Latino vibe, you know what I'm saying? So for me to see that, it was just like, man, this is because I've been to Spain too, so I can see some of the stuff that was kind of similar. And like I said, it was just beautiful, like just beautiful buildings. The people were beautiful. Everybody was nice. I didn't really meet anybody that was like super rude, like, man, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I really appreciated that. And then like, they got this huge fort that sit like kind of closer to the edge of the old town. They got like cannons and stuff like that. So obviously back then, so like Cartagena is more like a port city. Okay. So that's why they have a lot of stuff in like trade with the like in the water, whatever like that. So I guess that was their one of the greatest imports, whatever like that. Anything that's coming off the water, you know what I'm saying? So so like I said, that was cool. Like I said, the buildings were very Spanish-like, I guess. I don't know the correct term, but yeah, like it was just beautiful, man. Like, I mean, they had like some of the cathedrals was just like, who made that? You go inside, you can tell they just really took their time with the architecture. So, like I said, that's my thing, man. So, I really can appreciate that. And then this is something I did not know.
What's that?
I did not know emeralds come from Colombia. Like they're the greatest import of emeralds in the world.
Okay.
So I did not know that. So we learned that being on tour with my favorite tour guide down there, Freddie Paz. And I was like, wow, really? Emeralds? And because, people don't really think of emeralds. You think of like
diamonds.
That's pretty much what you're going to think of, And he took us on an emerald tour. And, of course, at the end of the tour, they're like, hey, you want to buy some? I'm like, I don't know if I love my wife this much, Just being, my life insurance on this one emerald, Because I'm sitting there like, why is this emerald, $100,000? Or why is it this? I'm like, it's an emerald, bro. It's not a diamond.
Yeah, I'm about to say, like, what was the price that it was hitting for, man? Man,
I'm telling you, man, they was hitting 50 grand, 80 grand. I mean, there's beautiful stuff, but I don't know who you selling this to. Like, you spent $6 to get in this, museum. At the end, you're gonna try to hit me off with this $50,000 emerald. My man, like, no. You know what I'm saying? But beautiful stuff. I mean, they have affordable stuff too, but I just didn't see the purpose of buying the emerald. Maybe next time I buy emerald for my wife, and or hopefully next time I go, my wife comes with me, and then I might have to stand her off the ledge. We're not gonna get that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I might have to snatch her back off that ledge.
You gotta be like sitting in the tank, like, hey, can I put something on it? And
you gotta put something on it. You know what I'm saying? Because
they want that 50 right there on the spot. Like, I need that 50
G. I'm telling you, man, that joint was mad expensive, and I was just like, why? So, and like I said, and I had two of my other friends with me, Jeremiah and Kurt, and they both looking like, this ain't it. I was like, and I felt bad because the dude was talking to us. I had to stop him, like, no, I'm not buying this. So if you want to tip to other customers, I mean, that's cool. No disrespect, you know what I'm saying? So you're good. But he said, no, I like talking to you guys. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So you want to waste your time. That's what you're telling me.
Well, I told you can save your breath, but all right, whatever.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, so yeah, I saw going to the Emerald Museum was dope. And then we went to, like I said, there's plenty of restaurants and stuff like that. So that's not even a question. You know, it's just a matter of where you stop at on any given street. We didn't, let me think. Yeah, the only time we did a home cooked meal was when we went on a tour to Palenque, and that was northern Colombia. It's like you have to like drive like maybe 2 hours outside of Cartagena, but I'll get to that in a moment. Mm-hmm. But so yeah, so like I say, you sightsee all that in the actual city, and then when you leave the city, everything they got. Was it 3 spots that I would recommend? And I'm sure there's plenty more, but that's all we did was the 3 spots, which was a mud volcano, which is, it's like maybe 40, 50 meters high. And you kind of climb up these raggedy, rickety wooden stairs that I swear, I was like, it's a wrap. We're all about to fall off this joint. And, so you go up top and it's an actual volcano that's filled with mud from, the core. That I don't know where this mud came from. I mean, obviously it came from inside, but I'm like, it was so crazy, like the buoyancy, like it's like you jump in and you just float. You don't
really?
You don't have, I mean, it's so crazy. I'm a big dude. Right. The little guy, he like lay down. So I laying on my back and I'm just floating. And he gives you like a little massage or whatever on your back and your front. And then once you're done, he literally takes like 1 or 2 fingers and just kind of, he just pushes you. It's kind of like, you just float a little bit. And then once you get to the edge, you just grab onto the edge. And it's other people that would give you like more massage. And you just hang out, Like I said, that was.
No, that sounds fun. So you getting like just like random massages from the dudes?
I mean, what you saying, Ryan? I really felt like you trying to.
my shoulder.
Hey, I was like, dig a little deeper, get in my lower back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like, hey, but I came from. I think a lot of people they don't want to admit. I had a massage from a guy before. I did like a couple of massages before, and it was 2 dudes, and I was like, damn, all right.
Okay, well, let me just pause for a second because I think your massage and my massage are 2 different things.
You're right.
You're right. Volcano. You was probably at a resort and was like, bring in Miguel.
Nah, I didn't request nobody. Nah, it was just like, hey.
Women massages at these resorts. You went default. You was like, you was like, give me Fernando, Miguel. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me clear the story. First of all, it was at a mall. And, wife wanted a massage. I was like, she's like, it's a good idea. Let's get a couple massage. We go on there. It's 2 grown men. I'm like, 2
grown men. See, you had a decision to make.
I was
like, you had a decision to make, and you made the wrong decision.
The problem was you had to pay before you go in the joint. I was like, well, damn.
Oh, okay. So you didn't see that Miguel was back there waiting on you, greased up.
It had the curtains, and it was just like,
okay.
I don't know who's behind these curtains. And like me and the guy, I think we both were just uncomfortable. And I was like, yo,
I'm giving you a hard time, man, because truth be told, I got a massage from a dude in Cairo, and but I'm one of those. I'm all in. Like I paid money to go to this, and I get back on top of myself, but it was just so funny because me and my wife was at this. I don't know. It's like a place that sell like oils and stuff like that, perfume type stuff, and incense and whatever. And the dude was like, "Hey, man, we got this. This is real good for your body, blah, blah, blah." So I was like, "Oh, okay, what's up?" He was like, "Hey, you want a massage?" Like, first he asked my wife. So this is all coming from like the store owner who doesn't give the massage. So my wife was like, "No, I don't want it." I was like, "I do. I paid $30 for this." You know what I'm saying? I want everything coming to me.
He was like, "Check, please, right here."
Yeah. So this random dude come around the corner. He was like, "Sir, you ready?" Like you said, I had a decision to make. I was like, "Oh yeah, get my back. It been hurting all day, baby." I took my shirt off.
He's like, I do your back good. I do your back good.
Man, he had that rubbing. I was like, yo, my man is real nice with the hands. You know what I'm saying?
He's like, all
We
right.
make eye contact though, so that's the
Yeah.
that's the key. You know what I'm saying? So
Likewise, no eye contact. Don't look
you know
at me.
but yeah, get back to the volcano, man. Like I said, you just
so the mudslide,
you just, you know what I'm saying, you go in there, they got little kids that hold your stuff because, dog, once you get in there, the mud is a wrap, bro. Like, it's everywhere. So they hold your stuff. They take pictures of you inside, and then you get out, you take some more pictures, and then they try to get as much mud off you as possible.
Okay.
You walk down another set of these steps that I don't know who made this. You know what I'm saying? Because they damn sure didn't go to school for it.
They didn't look up the code?
Bro, they wasn't up the code, bro. I was like, this condemn this. So I'm thinking, like I said, I'm American, bro. I'm used to running water.
Right.
So, I'm muddy. And so, me and my two friends, we like, hey, what are running water? Where the showers at? And, you see those movies where, like, people just kind of point and you just kind of, like, look off into the distance. So she was like, you pointed. I looked over. Bro, it was just a dirty lake.
What?
There's like, there's like, take this 5-minute damn walk to this lake, this dirty lake, and get in. So we walk in. I said, yo, this is some bullshit. So then we get in. We get into the water. This old lady come out with this dirty ass, like she done washed 4 million cars. Like my bucket's been around forever. Yeah. And she's just like, yeah, I washed you. I'm like, nah. She's like, no. I was like, I didn't want to tip you. I was like, bro, I don't want to tip you, man. Like I'm already blown that I'm in this dirty lake. And then so she just like sit down. So I was like, all right, man. So I'm sitting down in this dirty water, just dumping buckets of dirty water on me. I'm like, yeah, she just like, take that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, okay. No, I'm telling you. I was like, don't get it in my face. Because I know there's parasites. Bro, she's in that joint. She took my glasses off. She's like, Gush. I'd be wrong if I jab you. Because I told your ass not to do that. But you know what? Bro, I'm straight blown, bro. I got the straight stuck face like, all right, man, it is what it is. So then she was like, take your shorts off. What? Right. I'm gonna wash your shorts. So you gonna wash my shorts in some dirty water. I was like, all right, man. So I'll take my shorts off. So now I'm butt naked in the water. I mean, the water's so it's dirty as hell. She's scrubbing my shorts.
And my face hurts.
Dirty water. And I'm sitting there like, and she's like, put these back on. What you want me to do with these? So I slide them on, and then she's just like, now go. So now I walk back to the, to the edge, and I'm just sitting there like, I don't feel clean, bro.
Yeah, you was like Eddie Murphy. Yeah, you feel insecure.
Insecure, bro. I feel like somebody.
From Boomerang, you're just like, oh damn.
That's it, bro. So we walk back or whatever. Now, mind you, man, we barefoot.
Yeah.
We just walking like on pebbles, stones, rocks, all types. I'm sitting there like, this is blowing me right now, bro, because it ain't like we had shoes. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So we walked back. Like I said, my man Freddie, he was like, I had a good time. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That joke I had a blast. I'll do it again, to be honest with you. And then we ate breakfast out there. We ate breakfast. It was like plantains and scrambled eggs. And then they had brought out the fresh coconut water. Like they chopped up the coconut and all that, gave it to it. That joke was bomb. Like I said, man, that's one spot you can go to. The next is the Pink Sea, which is, don't let the name fool you. It's 100% not a sea. It's like, I don't want to say it's water runoff, but it's like just, I mean, it's not even a lake. It's just, I was like this. It'd be more like a lake, but it's not a lake. It's just, and the reason why it's pink is because of the salt that's out there.
Oh, the pink salt, right?
Yeah, so so you can do the Pink Sea and you go out there and like I said, everybody that knows about Colombia, man, that's a must do. And then so you go out there, you get in this hot ass water. That water was hot too. I was like, it felt like bath water. I was like, damn, water must be cold. So, I'm out there, and so don't have no scratches or bruises on your feet.
Oh,
My
snap.
homeboy, I guess he had a cut on his foot. It's like I said, it's salty out there. He on the joint like, I'm like, you good? He's like, it hurts. I'm like, my man. You know what I'm saying? He said, man, it's starting to burn a little bit. I'm like, bird. So yeah, man. You know what I'm saying, man? I'm exaggerating, but it was dope though, man. Like I said, we took pictures.
That's hilarious.
Water and all that stuff.
Right.
Now, we didn't sit down in the water or anything. At least I didn't. I just, I think the water comes up to like your knees or something.
Okay.
And we just took a bunch of pictures. So like I said, that was pretty dope, man. And one funny thing about that is, so you got to walk a little ways to get to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Freddie thought it would be a good idea to put my ass on the back of a motorcycle. Well, they ain't a motorcycle, but it was like, it was also a motorcycle, but it was like a
moped joint? The moped?
No, it was a little bigger than a moped. So I'm on that joint, and Freddie probably your size. So I'm on his back like this. Holding that down. I'm like, Ryan, bro, hey, like I told you, man, one thing about Preston, I'm all in. So I'm on the back of this dude, and then he's riding, and he's shaking and shit. I was like, hey, don't you drop me.
Don't you drop that.
And then so he gets to this one point, it's like a little curve. And so he's trying to take the curve all slow, and he's not giving enough gas. Man, we both fell over. It was funny though. It was like, this dude. And so he gave everybody a ride back because, like I said, it was a little bit of a walk.
That's funny.
But that's one thing, like I said. And Pink Sea and the Mole Volcano, they're pretty close together. They're like maybe 30 minutes apart.
Okay.
And the last thing would be, not the last thing, second to last thing would be Palenque, which is, that really touched me. It's like an African village in the middle of nowhere as far as I'm concerned. And they're like direct descendants of African slaves that were, captured in Africa. And they was actually brought to Cartagena. And then there's one guy, I can't remember his name, but he ran away and he freed slaves or whatever.
Okay.
He ran way out to this Palenque area, and they started a civilization, like a town, a community, and then they made some type of pact with the Spaniards or whatever. And they say, hey, give us free, pretty much. And they did, but then they ended up killing the guy, though.
Oh, damn.
They actually messed him up real bad and chopped him up in pieces and all this craziness. But the village, the town survived, man. And they still got their same dialect. I mean, I think they still speak a little Spanish, but their main dialect is some type of, I don't know which part of Africa they came from, whatever, but they're still like, I mean, they look like, okay, you're in Africa now. You would forget that you're even in Colombia, South America. And,
really?
Yeah, it was super dope, man. And they had a tour. So they have like a little dance company with their tribal dances and stuff like that. And it might be 30, 45 minutes of a dance show. So the kids come out, they dance in their African garments and stuff. They brought out the drums. I mean, it was dope, man. And I didn't know what the hell they was talking about, but whatever they was talking about, they believed it, and I believed it too. And then it was super dope, man. So they let us dance in it too. So I'm out that thing,
You was giving it?
I was getting it. I was giving it a little bit. I was like, I've been giving it a little bit, just a little bit. So, yeah, we did that. Then we got to walk the whole community. We took pictures with people, locals and stuff. And then that's when I had to fish and at the woman's house or whatever. And like I said, man, that was real cool. And like I said, that's on my website. And they had so she didn't have plates. She had banana leaves, which are just big leaves, and that was your plate.
Well, it felt solid off the whole food though, like plates. I mean,
I wouldn't move it. I mean, you just leave the banana leaf on the table, and she dumped food on there.
Damn.
That was it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, super authentic though.
Yeah, it was good though, man. Like I said, she gave us some type of I want to say it might have been like passion fruit. whatever it was fresh squeezed, man. And it was so good, man. It was nice and cold and stuff. So yeah, it was good. That's the first time I had coconut rice, and that was delicious. Now that's the move right now, coconut rice. You know, that was really good. And like I said, I didn't eat the fish, so she felt, sorry for me. So she was like, "Hey, let me go and get you." She said, "Let me go and get you some chicken." I was like, "My man." So
she's like, "That's more like it."
That's it. I tore that chicken up like Popeye, baby. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we did that, man. We took pictures with the family, and I said that was real cool because I know, I ain't never done like that before. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, we did that, and we made that hour and a half, 2-hour drive back into Cartagena, whatever. But yeah, man, like Cartagena got nightlife, was amazing. Like, they had I'm not sure if it was a festival or something, but they had like 1 million people outside, and they had like an outdoor concert type deal. So you could walk around there. That was free. So we did all that. And so one of the other things with it being a port city is going to be, the water activities. So I didn't see any parasailing and stuff like that, but one of the big things that they do is they rent boats, like like mini yachts or something. I don't know, but it can hold like 20 people or 15 people, whatever number you need, that you can rent it. So we did that, and then we went out to Rosario Islands, and went to like two or three different islands or whatever. And it was about hour and a half out too. So we was riding for a ways, and the water gets clear. You can snorkel. So then at the very end of that, we went to like a boat party, like as you say. So this was kind of wild though. So nobody really gets off the boat. I mean, you get off the boat, but you don't go into like land. So on land, like on the very tip of the beach, they have like little places where you can use the bathroom, or you can just order food.
Right.
So when you get there, you just leave the boat in the water, and then some dude comes and he ties your boat to another boat. So they just tie your boats all together, right? And everybody's playing music. So everybody's playing their own music.
That sounds like a party.
Oh, it's a party. So you go out there, and then like I said, I got in the water. The water comes to about like your chest or your bottom of your face, depending on how tall you are. And you just out there chilling. I mean, you drinking in the water. When food came out, we ate in the water. Like, dude just floated a table out to us.
Oh, dope, man.
Yeah, so the table was like, swaying up in the water. I'm eating chicken or whatever. So that was real cool when I did that. And
yeah, that sounds like a boss move right there, man. Just the whole setup with the boats and the music. It sounded like a block party that was taken to the water.
Yeah. So yeah, we did that. So then, like I said, we was out there for about 8 hours, man. That was a long day.
But a fun day is what it sounds like.
It was a fun day, man. But we was tired, man, because I don't think I drank water that day. And it was
dehydrated.
It was crazy. Because so the boat comes with a captain and a co-captain. So they do all the driving, and they out here. Hey, pretty much your money provides so I think it costs us maybe $600 between the three of us. We just split it. And I mean, we had, like I said, that included lunch, that included like all the liquor you want, and it was ice, so you have to worry about it getting hot or anything. That included water and like beer, stuff like that. If you're into that. So like I said, man, it was cool. Like I said, because you got to snorkel on that trip. Like I said, it was dope, man. Like, and then like even when we left, man, like we didn't have to really leave. Like we could have stayed out there a little longer. But tired, was like, I want to get back and stuff like that. But that's what we did kind of gym. So that's it, man. So that for me, that holds a special place in my heart for that. And we was only there for like 3 or 4 days, and it was just, dude, every day was amazing. And but like I said, also this is one of the things I'm starting to realize too. When you go with certain people, it can elevate that city because you're sharing that experience, you're sharing that moment. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you gotta we go with somebody that you're close with. It could, sometimes the people that you bring on the trip can make or break a trip a lot too now.
Yeah, like because I don't travel solo too often. I only done it a couple of times, but and when I've done it, I'll be like, man, I wish I could talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm tired of walking around with these headphones.
You talking to your phone like, hey, you had a good time, right?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here calling people for no reason. Hey man, what you doing? Ain't you on vacation?
All
Man,
right.
mind your
Yeah.
business.
Right.
What you doing? You know what I'm saying?
That's
But yeah,
funny.
like I said, it was dope, man. And man, I'm sorry, this. It's so dope that I would like to get an apartment there. That is my next goal. Like, it's one of my goals. That's one of my 5-year goals is to get an apartment out there. And either there or Medellin. But I'm gonna get an apartment in Colombia somewhere because, dude, I just had an amazing time, man. Like, it was just.
So would you like put up set up like a Airbnb the apartment?
Well, yeah. Because I mean, I wouldn't live there, so I'm trying to get like an apartment there. So when I want to go visit, I'm gonna use it as a hub. So, because obviously, when you get to places like that, it's cheaper to start like. And they'll say, then we can talk about this later in future episodes. But we went to Cartagena for 3 or 4 days, and then we went to Medellin for 3 or 4 days. So what we did was we flew between both cities. At the time, the not round trip, but the one-way flight was $27. So
Yeah. Oh.
you know what I'm saying? But obviously, if I fly from America, depending on where you're coming from, to Cartagena, Medellin, you talk about hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So, and then you still got to pay for, accommodations. But shoot, if I can say, oh, I'm gonna fly to my apartment, I pay that fee, cool. But if I get down there, I say, hey, I'm leaving the next morning because I want to go to, Medellin, or I want to go to Peru, or I want to go back to Brazil. Well, the flights are going to be a lot cheaper from those places than it would be coming from America.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's one of the things. I plan on getting 2 apartments, like one in Europe and one in South America, and just make those my 2 hubs, and I just, venture off from there.
I like that. But you think it's smart though, because that way which is something else we could touch on in a future episode too. That's just being smart with your money, so you do things that you love to do. So I like that idea already.
Man, traveling is it, man. I didn't gave up on everything else pretty much. Just to travel and just to see like my kids experience something or my wife experience something. It's like, man, and like I said, like normally say like me and my wife, or my wife and I, we go on one big trip between just me and her, and that's usually our anniversary. And I try to like plan something where I would think that she would think it's special. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, we went such and such, and oh yeah, I love that place. And I just really do the research because I don't want to like take her somewhere and be like, oh, this is trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna remember this the rest of my life. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna let you let it down. This is horrible. You know what I'm saying? So I always try to like, because some people be like, oh, how come you don't do stuff for your birthday? Well, I'd rather do our trip for our anniversary. That way it's something that we share. It's not just my birthday, Mother's Day, or whatever. Our anniversary, we do stuff accordingly.
Yeah, it's a memory y'all both can share.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, as things progress, I plan on taking some real dope trips and, surprising her with a trip or something. Or, and I should have said that in episode 1. That was one of the things that affected us. That I had planned a trip to Toronto, bought everything. Yeah, I bought everything. Had the hotel paid for, the flight, everything. Everything was laid out. I had the itinerary, and that was just a spare the moment. She doesn't know, and I was actually gonna pick her up from her job. I already talked to my dad. He's gonna watch the kids, and that was just a dope moment, like lost. That I'm like, dang, that kind of sucked or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a missed opportunity. But things like that come back around. But yeah, man, Cartagena, man,
that's the city.
I highly recommend it.
Okay, I like that. And I know one of the things you wanted to that we wanted to talk about was the daggone because y'all know you like to travel a lot. I know with the Toronto and things of that nature. Like, what actually inspired you to get into just this traveling adventure in the first place?
So that's a good question. So for me, it was more or less. I I never left the country until I went to the Army.
Okay.
So I've always wanted to leave the country, but it was one of those, it was always on a back burner, to even get a passport was just on a back burner. So when I went, out the country for the first time, the first time was to Iraq. That was the first time I left the country. So obviously I didn't get a chance to explore like how I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I lived outside of the country for a while. Like I lived in Korea, being in the Army and stuff like that. I didn't really travel a whole lot there. And then when I finally was able to get to Germany, that's when I was in Germany for 3 years. And that's why I bought my passport and my family was there. We all got passports. And I just made it a point to really focus on traveling. And once I really got to traveling, and then just living abroad is just different anyway. It makes you want to see different things because when you go to different villages and stuff like that, you be like, man, everything was different. Like it was no two cities are like, the same.
It's that excitement, yeah.
Yeah, like even had to the point where you can have two different cities and they have two different beers. Mm-hmm. So it was just crazy. Like they both make their own beer. You'd be like, oh, wow. But anyway, so just doing that, put that travel bug in me, right? So you combine that with me putting pictures on my little Facebook or whatever, my little Instagram, and then I got family members like, oh man, that's dope, and tell me more about. Or if I got to talk to the strangers or coworkers after I got out the military, and if something comes up and I start talking about, oh man, you got any pictures? Mm-hmm. I got a couple pictures, and I show some pictures. They go, oh man, that's super dope. So then just a combination of those two things, my wife was like, hey, why don't you start a like a travel blog or something like that? And I was like, that as I'm gonna start an Instagram, business page, and that's what I named the Travels in My Lifetime. So I started that first last year. Mm-hmm. I was just putting my pictures, and it was strictly pictures of my travels.
Oh well, I'm sorry to interrupt, but that is that's quite the treasure right there. I did not know. So also, Levi kind of put that bug in your back when it came to Travel My Lifetime.
And I was like, oh, okay, So when I did it, I just started putting pictures of my past adventures and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I just did that for a couple of months, not really taking it seriously. And then I had a trip coming up to Brazil this year, and before I went to Brazil, I got a little bit more focused. And I was like, man, you know what? I was like, maybe I should start an actual blog and actually blog my experiences. And that's when I did all the legwork to start my own business. And then I started Travels in My Lifetime LLC. And I got my website going, which is travelsinlife.com. And I really started blogging. So some of the pictures that are on my Instagram are on that website. And I actually go into more depth because obviously I can write as much about that picture or that event. So on my actual website, I try to just pretty much talk about traveling, eating, and lodging, and just talk about my different experiences and and hopefully people enjoy them. Like right now, currently, I'm an affiliate with Amazon. So if I have something, if I bought something, and I think it's worthy to mention, I might blog about it, and then obviously you can purchase the same item because I will always have a link to that item that you can click and it'll take you back to Amazon if you like it that much where you want to purchase it.
Right.
So like I said, that started that, and then I started my YouTube channel, and I just started pairing everything up together. So all that can be reached through my website, where like I said, once again, it's travelsinlife.com. And that'll link you to all that stuff like that. And, that's pretty much what happened. And like I said, as you know, I'm trying to get into photography. So, because that'll be paired up well with traveling.
Absolutely.
So I got hopes and dreams for how this will grow, and hopefully, it comes to fruition.
Yeah, I like that, man. I think it will, especially I know we talked offline about it, but I'm telling you, man, just from the type of level of photography you want to do, you don't necessarily need to get one of those, $3,500, cameras that has the the $3,000 lens to match something like that. You could just get like a Canon Rebel EOS, and you know, that's something that's pretty solid for. It's one of those cameras where it's like just as like a casual consumer of like, you know, just like a casual consumer who's just getting into cameras, you get something like that, and it's like someone could look at it as like, okay, they mean business, but you know, even though they don't have like the super professional camera, this is still, you know, professional enough where I could get like a mean picture out of it. So I do like that. Right. And that's actually how I started with recently started with Taylor Multimedia. You know, I've been doing the as I mentioned, I've been working an employee for the U.S. government since 2008, and pretty much my job is multimedia, where I edit video as well as photography. And you know, there's been cases where, you know, I tell Tanisha all the time, like I find, you know, just doing that type of work so gratifying that it's something I would do for free, pretty much. And you know, that passion actually started as early as college, believe it or not, because not to go through like some whole historical like lesson, but I just remember, you know, in Morgan State University, go Bears. There you go. I just remember, you know, coming into my freshman year, being undecided, not knowing what I want to do. So I just took all the basic, you know, requirements like my, you know, first year as a freshman. I think I said sophomore. You know, I wanted to dabble in communications. I was like, you know what, this seems fun. Like I was just reading some of the course description, and the person who changed my life as in terms of me wanted to, you know, further, you know, take more curiosity when it comes to videography and photography is Professor Eric Dobson. I don't think he's at Morgan State anymore, but last time I checked, he went from a professor to like I think some type of a head of the department. You know, don't quote me on that, but anyway, Dr. Eric Dobson made videography and photography just so daggone fun. Like it would be stuff where like, you know, we'd have to create our own skits, you know, with the camera equipment. You had 24-hour access to the editing lab to edit your own video. And I mean, in hindsight, my skits was garbage. but you know what I'm saying? But you know, just being the fact that, you know what, you, Ryan Poole, shot your own video, you went to the editing lab, spending overnights, whatever you want to do. You created this short skit from beginning to end using Final Cut Pro is what we had at the time. You know, and so that, you know, that pretty much, you know, further pursued that passion. And then once I graduated, before joining, you know, before getting to the government, you know, I was so passionate about it. Like I got my own camera, and I would do freelance events, you know, straight after college. I mean, like I graduated 05, maybe like mid 06, I started doing like weddings and birthday parties, sporting events, you name it, I did it, you know. And because, you know, my skill wasn't as polished as it is now, you know, I was charging dirt cheap for those events too. So people got like some nice memorable weddings because I just, you know, I knew I needed a lot to learn. So I didn't want to feel like I would rip somebody off. But for the price I was charging, I felt like I gave them pretty good quality work. And, you know, so I had that entrepreneurship bug ever since, you know, 06, you know, out of college. But then, you know, life happens, you you know, you get in a relationship, you get married, you kind of, you know, forget about certain, you know, things that you were pursuing, or they kind of take a back seat. So once I got like the full-time job for like, you know, government work, you know, of course, doing the same thing, you know, sometimes it was like after a long day of, you know, editing something or things like that for the government, sometimes I would just want to be like, you know what, I'm tired, I'm just going to chill at the house. And I just really wasn't pursuing it as much as I used to. And I don't know, just fairly recently, I you know, I got that bug hit me again, being that I'm older, a little wiser, you know, older and wiser about business sense and about, you know, just experience with camera work. I was like, you know what, let me take another crack at this. And so therefore, I don't have a website yet, which is, I forgot to mention that in the first episode too. Main reason why I don't have a website, I know it's not 100% an excuse. But, with, when it comes to covering events, via photography or video editing, those require live events. Being that the COVID-19 happened and I didn't necessarily have a website up yet, I felt like I would be wasting my money to have a website up with no clientele or no events lined up. Like I said, I had some events lined up before the website, and all those were just dropping like flies anyway because of all the COVID stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna set up my website once things seem to calm down, and then I get right back into it. So that's what really inspired me. Oh, and a quick story, very, very quick, super quick story. The moment that the moment that really got me being like, you know what, this is pretty dope. Just that the feeling of making your own money and not receiving a biweekly paycheck as if it's like some type of allowance. I'm telling you, there's no other type of empowering or empowerment feeling you can have. I remember there was a brief time when me and my wife and daughter, we lived in Newport News for about 3 years. And I was still, once again, this is off of no website, just word of mouth, maybe a business card passing out here and there. But when I was in Newport News, it's kind of like a mix of like a country area, a little bit of city to it. But somebody found out that I did some freelance videography, and they was like, dog, I'm a football coach. I do this little minor league football thing every Saturday. I just want you to just, film highlight reels for me, or give me some game film. And even for that, I wasn't charging much. Like the football games would be like 3 hours long. I would charge like $250, and that's not even including editing, just $250. But it was just empowering to be like, look, this guy, I appreciate the quality work I give him, and I'm only charging $250 to not only film a 3-hour game from front to back, but I'm editing it at no extra cost. But still, even though that's cheap compared to the work, I still felt empowered, being like, look, I made this money. I didn't have to wait for every other Saturday to get this paycheck. This is something I just earned just from straight up work. So, I don't think you'll have that feeling too. Once you start further progressing with your travel company, just that feeling of making some type of income off of your own work, and you're not waiting for the bi-weekly allowance necessarily from your 9 to 5, is very empowering. I'm telling you.
Yeah, like so. Like I said, the piggyback on what you're saying about the empowering part. So for me, I mean, I guess I really not really think about the money yet. I mean, I'm not rich, but for me, it's just when I see the analytics behind the scenes of X amount of views are coming to my page, or people comment on my page, or they like a picture or something. And like I said, I don't know if they like it because they like it, or they like it just because it's just a, Instagram reaction, like click, all right, double tap, all right, double tap. But because I know for me, I don't double tap unless I actually like whatever you have on there.
Me too.
Because I really don't want nobody to be like, man, you really like that type of picture? Like if it's some crazy, no, that's not me. So, and that's what I said, like my website's for anybody, my Instagram's for anybody. Like I don't put like, and there's just no knock on anybody if they do like nude photos or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because that's still artistic too, but that's just not what I bring to the table. So, I feel like, you can look at my page at any type of office setting, because it's not going to be anything like where you can't read about it or you can't look at it or whatever like that. Same thing with my my YouTube videos, or even this podcast. It's not going to be to a level of like, oh man, what are they talking about? It sounds like they're talking about sex, drugs, and rock and roll. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think it's just for us, us having a similar background, just a time and a place for all that type of, talk or and stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, man, going forward, we're just going to grow this thing and see what it comes out to be. But I know, like, so you just told everybody what you got currently going on. So for me, I'm just working on getting sponsorships at this point, trying to get sponsorship with just any company that's willing to, to pair up with me and show me some things, and
Okay.
get into photography. And I got something in my eye. I don't know what's killing me, but yeah, just getting into that. Those are the two big things as far as the business goes. That
Right.
I'm really looking forward to. And like I said, man, just trying to push this machine forward.
Yeah, I like that, man. Hey, let's push it forward, man. I think this is another one for the books, man. And I think we're just gonna keep growing, man. I can't wait for episode 3,
Yeah,
4, and yeah, just get
and
that,
beyond,
just yeah. Yes, yeah, get that buzz going, baby.
Yeah, so like I said, man, it's always a pleasure. I know these next several episodes are probably going to be like this, where we're in separate locations, whatever. But I can't wait to have that on-screen chemistry. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Banter. You know what I'm saying? We can really get it going. You know what I'm saying? And whenever we get our first guest, we're gonna make sure we show them some love and let them get their stuff off. And because I think this whole thing is about this growth for everybody, not just us. Like, I don't want to be like a vulture and be like, oh, if you can't do anything for my brand, I don't want you around me. Like, no, you got to pump my stuff up. Like, nah. So I definitely, like I said, I want to big everybody up. Anybody that supports the show, come on the show. If people got questions, please, you can email me at preston.turner@travelsandlife.com. And I definitely will respond. I mean, most definitely within that same day or week or whatever, depending on what's going on with life, But yeah, please reach out. If you have any comments or concerns, or you just want to, even if you want to get on, if you want to be a guest, like I said, right now we're in 2 different states doing this. So if anybody want to get on with us and they're talking about, like I said, one of the 4 topics, the travel, photography, entrepreneurship, and finances, hey, please shoot us, an email, and we'll get in contact with you. So yeah.
All right.
Everybody enjoy themselves, and everybody stay safe.
Peace.
Peace.